guys, it's Kylie, and in today's video I have the Survivor pin tag. So this pin tag is based off the show Survivor. Now, I personally don't watch the show, but I still thought it'd be a fun tag to do. I was tagged by the Siskateers, so Mary and Tony at the Siskateers. And the pin tag itself was created by Dan at Dan's Video Mosaic. It seems like a pretty cool tag. I kind of have the idea of what Survivor is. I've watched similar shows like that are like in the same genre of it, but haven't watched Survivor itself. But it is about a 10-pin tag. We're going to go through each one of the questions. Now, I will say I'm not tagging anybody in particular, but I want any of you that haven't already done it. I know a bunch of people have already done it. That's why I'm not tagging it, just because of how late I'm doing this compared to even, it was a couple weeks even ago that I was tagged. So just if you haven't done it already, I would recommend doing it, and then let me know in the comments down below if you have done it or if you plan to do it. I would love to check out those videos. But let's get started on the tag itself. So the first one is, who's most likely to help build a good shelter? And I decided to go with Mr. Busy from Lady and the Tramp. Of course, beavers build beaver dams, so they build pretty awesome shelters on their own. So I decided to go with this puzzle piece pin that had him on it. And when I saw a beaver, I was like, that's perfect. They usually build shelters for themselves anyways, and they do it all just with their teeth. So they'd definitely be the person that I'd want to help build me a shelter. The next one is most trustworthy, and I decided to go with a Baymax pin. I just feel like Baymax is very trustworthy. He's always there to help you out. I mean, his whole thing is to help you and make sure you are in good health and check your health. So I definitely think that he would be trustworthy and by your side the whole time. The next one is most likely to be deceived, and I decided to go with the Snow White pin. It's a purse Snow White pin, and I just feel like she's deceived in the movie itself, where she eats the apple even though it's really not a good apple. So I just feel like she's kind of giddy, doesn't really fully pay attention to everything, and would definitely be deceived by other people on the island. The next one is Blood versus Water, and it's the best duo to compete on Survivor, and I thought Monsters Inc., Mike and Sully. I kind of went with Monsters University because they did compete in the games together, and they did work well together at times and then didn't work together, but at the end they worked together enough to save each other and end up allowing their team to win. So I just think they would work together, and especially in Monsters Inc., they're a great duo, doing all the different characters, like meeting all the different children and scaring and working together, and then at the end laughing as Mike does all the jokes and Sully is his partner, so they're just a good partner together. The next one's who would have the best loved ones reunion from back home, and I decided to go with Belle, because I feel like all the characters from the castle would come. So you'd have Lumiere, Cogsworth, kind of all that, the fun animated characters. You get the Beast. I just think that would be such a fun group. So I decided to go with this Belle pin that had Belle in her winter dress, building a Lumiere snowman with Lumiere. I just thought she would have the fun, all the different characters, and there's such a big group of them that all live in the castle. I actually have my Belle ears on right now. So you got like Chip and Mrs. Potts. I just think together they would all have an awesome little reunion. The next one's greatest at puzzles, and I decided to go with Kermit the Frog. Now, because he's usually the one that's solving all the issues that are happening in the Muppets. There's always like some sort of problem. Kermit's always the one that gets the group together and is able to get down to what needs to happen, where all the other ones are all over the place. Like even in, like, if you watch like the Muppet Show, Kermit's always the one in charge trying to organize everything while everybody's going crazy and doing their own thing and making it all about themselves. So I just think he'd be good at puzzles and organizing a group to get everything done. The next one's best hunter or gatherer, and I decided to go with Remy. I just think where he's so used to cooking and finding food, he's a rat anyways, and rats are pretty good at finding different scraps around the place, and he was able to make all the different foods and finding different foods that are in the kitchen and just around the outside. So I just feel like a rat would also be like, is a good hunter-gatherer on their own, and he has the ability to cook everything up and make an awesome dish. The next one's Challenge Beast, and it's male or female or monster or whatever. So I decided to go for female. I decided to go with Anna. I just feel like she's pretty hardcore going. She does not give up on anything. I mean, she literally went all the way to find Elsa in the frozen castle. She saved Arendelle, all of that. I just feel like she's pretty hard going and does not give up. Even if people are telling her, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, she just keeps going and keeps pushing through. So I feel like she'd do really well in challenges. And the other one, I decided to go with Mushu. I just feel like he's pretty strong-willed also, but he's just always doing other things with Mulan, and he's gone through enough challenges with Mulan anyways that I just feel like he'd be a good challenger. The next one is the first Disney character to be voted off, and I decided to go with Eeyore. He's just always so gloomy and like just kind of moseys along, doesn't really like put in a ton of effort and just doesn't really care. He's always just sad. I just feel like he wouldn't last very long on Survivor. He would just be like, oh, blah, 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 kind of moseying along, and wouldn't put in a ton of effort. So that's why I feel like people would vote him off, because he's not really helping them survive. And the final one is who would win the $1 million prize and the ultimate title of Survivor. And I decided to go with classic Mickey. So this is actually Sorcerer Mickey is the one I have. I just feel like he's the main man. He runs everything at Disney. And I just feel like he'd be able to fight through all different things. He's gone through enough challenges and has enough different stories of his own that he'd be able to fight through the different challenges on Survivor and end up becoming the main winner and win the $1 million. So I thought this was a very cool tag. I definitely recommend you all do it if you haven't, especially if you're a big Survivor fan. I know some people are out there. I just thought it was a fun tag. It had similar topics to other shows I've watched, so I decided that thought I'd participate in it too. I definitely want to see it. If you do, so comment down below or message me somewhere that you've done it so I can check it out. I will leave all the questions in the description down below along with links to the channels that I have mentioned. But definitely check out a few different things. I have my Instagram, crazy_4_Disney, where I do post awesome Disney content. I got my ear shop. That's everything that I'm mentioning is linked in the description down below. I got my ear shop on Facebook. Those are also for sale on my Instagram. So if you ever want to get some of the ears that I show in my videos, definitely message me and I'd be happy to work something else. I also do a lot of trading on my Instagram and stuff along that line, so definitely check that out. And like this video if you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and join our awesome YouTube family on here, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!